Now, yesterday, we reported on the mysterious death of Grant Wahl, a noted American sports journalist who died in the middle of a match Friday at the World Cup Soccer Championship from still unknown causes after reporting critically on the way that host nation Qatar has suppressed any symbols of LGBT pride during the tournament. Now, a second journalist has reportedly died at the World Cup under still unclear circumstances. Khalid al-Misslam, a Qatari photojournalist for the Al-Qas media outlet. Well, for more, let's speak to our correspondent in Qatar, Joey Leizerowitz, who joins us from Doha. Joey, what do we know about this story and anything new that has come up about the death of Grant Wahl? Also very strange.
Yeah, well, first we'll start with Grant. His brother Eric, who is in New York now. The body has been repatriated today. It was on an American Airlines flight last night from Doha to New York. His brother on Twitter says that it's possible that the reason of his death was a pulmonary embolism and he was in a non-shockable state. Now, when he first died, we first heard there were no defibrillators at the stadium. FIFA has said that there were defibrillators in the stadium. They're contradicting that reporting, and they're also contradicting the report that he was taken to the hospital in an Uber. It seems that his brother Eric has confirmed that as well, that he was taken in an ambulance and people who were with him at the time were taken in an Uber. His brother also says that New York City police officials are here in Doha to investigate further his death and to see if there's any truth to the possibility of foul play in his death here at the World Cup.
Right. Now, what about this second journalist? I understand details are sketchy here. I think it was the Gulf Times based in the UAE that broke that story.
Yeah, we have very, very little details about his death. It was only the report from the Gulf Times that came out that showed that he had died at all. The Supreme Committee here for the World Cup hadn't commented on his death. We don't know if he died at the stadium or if he died afterwards, but it looks like it was around the same time as Grant's death, around the Argentina-Netherlands match. And what we also are finding out is that a stadium worker at that match fell from the concourse, one of the taller concourses on the 7th or 8th level of the stadium, to the ground. He is still alive. He's in critical but stable condition in the hospital. But all of these three incidents happening around the same match, very interesting. We don't have a lot of details on Khalid al-Misslam's death, and we don't know if the Supreme Committee here will inform us in the future about it either.
Right, and just briefly, I don't know, probably the general public there or the sports fans are not really aware of this and looking forward, especially to that Morocco-France game and what it means for the region.
Yeah, obviously most of the focus here, especially for the fans, is the game. We've spoken to a bunch of Americans who are still here on the ground, especially who had stayed and who know Grant. People in the American soccer community, if anyone who's been involved in the community over the last 2 decades knew Grant Wahl. He was such a huge reason for the sport to grow in the country, and they were so shocked by his death. So his death, unfortunately, is one of the main topics here at the World Cup. But obviously, most of the focus is still on the field. We have 2 big semifinals, starting with tomorrow's Argentina-Croatia match, and obviously Morocco's miraculous way to the semifinal. They'll be playing a big game against France on Wednesday. Huge underdogs, but at the World Cup, as we know, you never know what happens. And so far, that is what we know about the 2 deaths.
Right. As you say, of course, it's a lot of the focus is huge on Morocco's success. As we've been reporting here, the first Arab nation, first African nation to have a team in the World Cup semifinals, and of course, this coming during the first World Cup soccer tournament ever to take place in the Middle East there in Qatar. So, of course, we'll be reporting on that game on Wednesday in the run-up to it. Joey Leizerowitz there in Doha, Qatar. Thank you for that.